What's the good word, Josh? Your boy DKB here. So, Aaron Rodgers, he's been getting a lot of flack. There's been a lot of interesting conversations I've been having with Jets fans because I didn't get a chance to go back and check this, but from what I was told during the introductory press conference, Aaron Rodgers advised he'll be there for the entirety of the offseason practices. We got some recent interviews and stuff with him where he's mentioning that, in fact, he won't be there for the entirety of it. He'll be there for probably more than half of the remaining days, which keep in mind, this is all voluntary. With that said, I do like people I'm surrounded around to kind of be men and women of the words, right? Say what you mean what you say. But I kind of take everything with a grain of salt. That's asking a lot of the 18-year veteran in Aaron Rodgers, where you have to keep in mind he's trying to balance an old and new lifestyle together to try to make a perfect mesh, right? He still wants to be able to train in California, which, by the way, was his reasoning for not being there completely. He wanted to join the first week. He wanted to get that rapport, that chemistry starting to build with his teammates, not only offensively, but defensively, as you see him going out with Sauce Gardner, Brees Hall, all of these kind of guys. But that was the main focal point, right? He has a new team, new people he's surrounded with. Yes, we are bringing in an influx of guys that he's been comfortable with over his career that he would enjoy playing with: Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, Billy Turner. But it's still going to be a huge adjustment for him. So if you guys keep in mind that when we first got the trade officially confirmed, the reminder I put out there was that Aaron Rodgers hasn't been in OTAs. He doesn't do voluntary sessions since 2018, realistically. He's not even doing preseason games and things like that. So we have already gotten more than what I would have personally expected. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing to everybody else, right? But to just put everything into perspective, he's been in this mode where he trains on his own and shows up to what's required for his previous team for almost the last 5 years. Now he's getting into a new flow, new teammates. He wants to go out there. He's still showing the leadership capabilities, but he also needs to balance out what he's most comfortable with. And if he feels that being out in California can help keep his level where he expects it to be, which, as we would all love to see, would be another MVP caliber season. Why mess with his formula, his recipe, what's kind of been a consistent piece for him, right? At best, everybody's talking about this being, a 2-year commitment from Aaron Rodgers. So why would we care about him making wholesale changes to what he's doing if the on-field product is still going to be great? Nobody's even saying that he won't bring out the receiving core, the tight ends, the running backs out to California with him, so that they can still get their work in over there, right? So I think this is a much more of a bigger situation than a lot of people are making of it, right? And again, yes, would I have loved to see him stay for the entire thing? Absolutely. But I'm not going to crucify the man for it. He obviously knows what he's doing at this point in his career. And keep in mind, there's a lot else going on with him, right? Is he going to find a home out here in New York as well? How is he going to balance out trying to work out the travel, trying to actually connect with his teammates, not only in the stadium, the practice fields and stuff, but outside, as he's been doing with showing up to a lot of these playoff events and different things like that. So it's a lot of moving pieces for him. So yeah, I don't know. Cut the man, cut the man a little bit of slack. At 39, 40 years old, I think he's pretty well aware of what he has going on. And keep in mind, this is voluntary. If we're going to try to, put him to the sword, then we should be raising a much bigger red flag about Quentin Williams not showing up as well, with him going through his contract situation. But even he has an amazing, reason for not being able to show up as well, which is not only do you want to stay healthy while you're working on your contract negotiations and not risk an injury, he's going through, his first child coming into the world. So being there for the wifey, much like Mekhi Becton was last year, and all of that great stuff. So I don't know. Where are you guys at it? How important is it to you? Keep in mind, they literally just got a chance to start throwing anyways. We won't even have real like 7-on-7, 11 contact drills or anything like that for another couple weeks since we just entered phase two of the off-season activities. And if I remember correctly, the um, the mandatory parts of our off-season, I believe, don't start until like June 13th. I think May 22nd kicks off phase three, which will be those 7-on-7s and stuff that we're talking about. So I'm sure he'll be there for those critical pieces. Everything else, I'm not worried about unless we start getting reports about, some falling outs or maybe people feeling like he's not up to the standards they expected with him being, a Hall of Fame candidate and different things like that. But again, I'll be interested in hearing your thoughts about Aaron Rodgers maybe kind of walking back what he originally said about attending everything. And I'll catch you guys again. Peace.